Why Vivian Vance celebrated the death of William Frawley Vivian Vance, born Vivian Roberta Jones on July 26, 1909, in Cherryvale, Kansas, was an American actress and singer best known for her iconic role as Ethel Mertz on the groundbreaking sitcom I Love Lucy. She grew up in a large family, and despite a strict upbringing, she harbored a deep passion for the performing arts from an early age. Her interest in acting led her to rebel against her parents' wishes, ultimately leaving her hometown to pursue stardom. Her determination, raw talent, and natural comedic timing helped her carve out a lasting legacy in Hollywood, making her one of the most beloved character actresses in television history. Vance's early years were marked by a longing to escape the conventional expectations placed on women in small-town America. Raised in a deeply religious household, she had to overcome her parents' objections to acting, which they viewed as morally questionable. This tension between her desire for independence and her family's values fueled her determination to succeed in the performing arts. Vance attended Independence High School in Independence, Kansas, where she first participated in local theater productions. That early-stage experience ignited her passion for acting, and she soon moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico, where she joined the Albuquerque Little Theater. It was there that she honed her skills and began to make a name for herself. Despite her growing talent, Vance's journey to stardom was anything but easy. Like many aspiring actors, she faced rejection, financial hardship, and periods of self-doubt. She took on various odd jobs to support herself, including working as a sales clerk and a secretary. During this time, she also struggled with her mental health, facing bouts of depression that threatened to derail her ambitions. Her perseverance eventually paid off when she landed a series of roles on the Broadway stage, gradually earning the respect of her peers, appearing in productions including Anything Goes and Hooray for What, and where her performances caught the attention of industry insiders. It was clear that Vance possessed a unique blend of charm, wit, and musical talent. In 1951, Vance's life and career took a monumental turn when she was cast as Ethel Mertz, the quirky and lovable landlady on I Love Lucy. The role would forever change the course of her life and secure her place in television history. Starring alongside Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, Vance brought depth and comedic brilliance to Ethel, who became Lucy Ricardo's best friend and partner in crime. Despite being a supporting character, Vance's portrayal of Ethel Mertz became just as iconic as Lucille Ball's Lucy, creating a dynamic duo that became the heart of the show. Her on-screen chemistry with William Frawley, who played her gruff, much older husband, Fred Mertz, added an extra layer of humor to the show. Off-screen, however, their relationship was notoriously tense, with the two actors reportedly disliking each other. Frawley had a reputation for being difficult to work with, and the age difference between them made their on-screen marriage seem even more comical. Vance was reportedly uncomfortable playing the wife of a man 22 years her senior, but she turned that tension into comedic gold, using their contrasting personalities to enhance the humor of their characters' relationship. Despite their differences, their performances were widely praised, and the comedic timing between them was flawless. For her role as Ethel Mertz, Vance became the first actress to win an Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series, 1953, cementing her legacy as one of television's most beloved and talented stars. Her ability to balance physical comedy with a grounded, empathetic portrayal of Ethel made her a standout performer, and audiences quickly grew to adore her. Vance's character wasn't just a sidekick to Lucy. She was a full-fledged comedic force in her own right, often providing the perfect foil to Lucy's over-the-top antics. This partnership helped I Love Lucy become one of the most successful and enduring sitcoms of all time. After I Love Lucy ended, Vance reprised her role as Ethel in the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour and later appeared in another of Lucille Ball's shows, The Lucy Show, though she ultimately left the latter to focus on other endeavors. Her personal life was not without its own struggles. Vance was married 4 times. Her first 2 marriages ended in divorce, and she experienced long periods of depression and anxiety, compounded by the pressures of fame. In her later years, her health began to deteriorate. She suffered a nervous breakdown, which she attributed to the pressures of her career. Despite these challenges, she continued to work in television and theater, though her later roles never quite reached the heights of I Love Lucy. In the 1970s, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and though she fought the disease, it eventually spread. Vance spent her final years living quietly in California with her fourth husband. John Dodds Vance's off-screen dynamic with Frawley was far from the affectionate, bickering couple they portrayed on TV. Their mutual dislike was well known among the cast and crew, and it became one of the most talked-about off-screen rivalries in television history. When Frawley died in 1966, Vance was reported to have celebrated the news, a reaction that stunned many fans but made sense to those familiar with the pair's years of animosity. The tension began early in the casting process. Vance, nearly 22 years younger than Frawley, was reportedly unhappy about being paired with him as his on-screen wife, feeling the age gap made the relationship implausible. Frawley, for his part, resented being paired with a younger actress whose energetic style clashed with his own more old-fashioned, broad comedic approach. According to Wikipedia, most accounts trace the rift to a specific incident. Frawley reportedly overheard Vance complaining about the age difference between them, took offense, and never forgave her, reportedly remarking that she was one of the finest girls to come out of Kansas, but that he often wished she'd go back there. From there, the relationship soured further. Their sharp personalities clashed, and behind-the-scenes interactions grew infamous for barbed remarks, with producers and castmates, including Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, sometimes having to mediate. Frawley was known for his irascible personality and fondness for drinking. Various accounts describe him making disparaging remarks about Vance's age and abilities, while Vance was said to complain openly about having to play his wife. Despite their on-screen chemistry, it was clear their working relationship was strained. The tension outlasted the show itself. When I Love Lucy ended, there was talk of a spin-off centered on Fred and Ethel Mertz, but Vance refused to take part in any project that meant continuing to work with Frawley. The spin-off never materialized, and the animosity between them lingered for the rest of their lives. Frawley died of a heart attack on March 3, 1966, at age 79. According to multiple later accounts, reported by outlets including The Things and Amo Mama, and often traced back to entertainer-author accounts of the era, Vance was at dinner with her husband when she got the news and reportedly raised a glass and called for champagne for everybody. It's worth noting this often repeated. Story comes from second-hand and popular history sources rather than a single verified primary account, and some retellings vary in exact wording. Even if it may seem shocking, the reaction, as usually told, reflected years of pent-up frustration from a working relationship that had been a source of real stress for Vance. For her, Frawley's death was said to mark the end of a painful chapter, a reminder that not all co-stars form close bonds, and that off-screen conflicts can be just as intense as anything scripted for the screen. Despite the friction with Frawley, Vance went on to maintain her successful career, continuing her partnership with Lucille Ball in The Lucy Show and other projects, and remaining a popular figure in Hollywood. Her contentious relationship with Frawley remains one of the more infamous stories in television history, a reminder that the personal lives of actors aren't always as harmonious as the characters they play. Vivian Vance died on August 17, 1979, at the age of 70. Her contributions to television and her unforgettable portrayal of Ethel Mertz continue to bring joy to audiences around the world. Her work on I Love Lucy remains a testament to her comedic genius, and she is remembered as one of the most beloved actresses of the golden age of television. Note, the champagne story about Vance's reaction to Frawley's death is widely repeated across entertainment retrospectives, but is difficult to trace to a single verified primary source, treated as a popular, oft-cited anecdote rather than a documented fact.